My 18 female girlfriend tried heroin yesterday with her best friend and another guy. On April 1st, my girlfriend left for a trip with her best friend. I didn't really give a shit because I trusted her. However, last night a guy was bringing them alcohol. I didn't care because she's with her best friend and I trusted her. Then she tells me all day that she's been so hungover because of how much she drank. And then later tells me that the real reason she's so hungover is because she tried heroin with her guy friend. I was crying, shaking, anxiety. I told her we're done, and she tried gaslighting me, telling me I was controlling because I didn't let her be friends with the guy. She did heroin with the guy friend, and her best friend didn't try to do anything. Her best friend's dad died of heroin. I went off on both of them. I asked her best friend why she didn't do anything. She said she simply told her not to do it, but didn't have a problem when she was shooting up heroin. I don't know what to do. I'm upset. I love her. I care about her, but I know it's not healthy for me. What do I do? What do I do? Stand by your decision. You two are done. Move on. I'm sorry this happened to you. As someone whose ex used some drugs recreationally and tried heroin one day, and I stuck around for an entire year while he spiraled into deep, deep addiction. Run. I wish I had. There's nothing but pain ahead of you, and nothing you can do to help her if she already thinks shooting up heroin is a decent idea. The truth is by the time someone tries needles they've almost for sure smoked heroin and taken pills before, because otherwise they'd be sick as hell from shooting it up on the first try. She's probably past the point of being able to help her at this point, and you'll just traumatize yourself by trying. She needs to work this out on her own. She can gaslight you all day for acting jealous, or overprotective, or suspicious, but guess what? She did motherfucking heroin and that's a way worse look, my friend. Move on. You're young, find someone else. She needs to find better friends before she ruins her life. My advice to you is don't let her drag you down the wrong path. If she has any sort of relationship with her parents, please tell them right away. If she's in school, call guidance and have them drug test her. Here's the part after you've blown the whistle. Leave her. You cannot have a relationship with a person who thinks using that sort of drug is in any way remotely acceptable. She tried heroin for the first time by injecting it. This is nuts. If she smoked a bit or snorted it then I might be able to get over it. But to stick a needle in your arm is a bit extreme and a possible deal breaker. You did the right thing already. Don't mix with people who fuck around with heroin. If drug use is a deal breaker for you, then there's nothing wrong with that. You might want to tip off her parents. Bra nor boundary set, it's a deal breaker. It's a life ruiner, it changes people. My brother is in recovery for this. He used me and took money and hurt our family deeply. Have her seek counseling. Some drugs are deal breakers, for me crack, meth and heroin. It all starts the same. I only did it once. Don't be controlling. I only do it on the weekend. It's no big deal. I can stop anytime I want to. Can I have your TV to sell? She is sitting on the top of a luge chute and just pushed herself down it. You can stay and watch if you want to, but it's going to be exceedingly difficult for her to fight the momentum. You will have zero control over how this shakes out. Is there even a possibility this is an awful April Fool's prank? Seems a little out there is all. She did heroin. Let that thought sink in. She did heroin, with another guy. When she is hooked she'll sell her own mother or fuck anyone for her fix. She's free to continue, just not with you as a boyfriend. Ta-ta. Run like hell. Heroin is a road to death and destruction, and you do not want to be in a relationship with someone who values their life so little. You will only find anguish there. Kick her to the curb. That's where she's headed anyway. Leave. She is a complete idiot. Drugs are a deal breaker to me. Fuck those morons. Stick to your guns and work on yourself. You'll heal soon and find someone who's really worth it. Be confident and strong. Leave. Her best friend probably likes drugs and the friends of the best friend are probably drug users, so if she can't see the people shushers hanging out are bad, then it's not even worth to try to save the relationship. Please get away while you can. Leave. I'm guessing she lied to you because she knew you would react that way. Also, check out spontaneous H post history. He basically tried heroin once, got addicted, and it messed up his life. Thankfully, he went to rehab and recovered. Maybe you can show his story to her as a wake-up call. Here's a too long did not read of it all. Yeah, no, just continue on with being done with the relationship. Heroin ain't no joke, and no one deserves to be in a relationship with someone who has even gone as far as to try it one time. It's one of my instant deal breakers as well. This is not something you want to tolerate and deal with. She lied to you. She did a hardcore drug and saw nothing wrong. It's over. Save yourself the sanity and leave her to ruin her life. Tell her parents. Get her help. You aren't controlling. You're enforcing a boundary. There is a difference. You cannot stop her doing hard drugs. All you can do is enforce your boundary by ending the relationship. Others here have described the horrible road ahead of you. Stay with her. It's not certain she will become a heroin addict after one time, but it's a clear sign she is not making good choices in life. Those people are all circling the drain. Stay away or you'll get pulled down with them. Any chance you could contract AIDS or hepatitis from your girlfriend cause she's sharing needles? You damn betcha. Leave and watch from a distance what happens to her life from this point on. The relationship is over. Do not have sex with her. Guarantee she shared injecting equipment and could have contracted HIV or Hep C. A blood test will not give a positive result for 90 days. Injecting heroin isn't experimenting with drugs. She is lucky she didn't OD and die. Heroin is highly addictive after the first time. People trying to get off of heroin usually spend a lifetime taking methadone in recovery. She made a bad decision. One she likely will spend years trying to break. Please don't go down that road with her. Leave. This is a typical example of setting a healthy boundary for yourself. You can do whatever you want. I can't control you or your actions, and it's really your business, but I can choose for my own sake not to participate or stick around while you do that. Wish you the best, and off you go. You're so young. There's so much good stuff still out there. Look man, I'm not an expert in advice. I'm assuming you're 18 as well, so I would just leave. You're really young. There's no point in getting hung up on a girl when you'll meet plenty more. I know it sucks, you probably had feelings, but it's just better to move on. Keep your head up and put your energy into more important things like school, job, etc. I challenge you to find someone who has ever tried heroin only once. Since it was April 1st, do you think maybe she was trying to do an April Fool's joke on you? Not a very funny April Fool's joke, but let's pray that's all it was. Why does no one know what gaslighting actually is? You cannot nor should try to help her. Do not stay with her and get sucked down that hole with her. My wife spent years trying to save a drug-addicted son. My stepson. All it ever did was damage our relationship and break my wife emotionally. He is now almost brain dead with a ruined body in a assisted living home where he will spend the rest of his life. My wife had to go to counseling to break herself free from him. Don't do it. All it will lead to is a life of pain for you. Walk away. Find someone else. I left my boyfriend of 5 years at 18 for getting into hard drugs. It was the best decision in the end. It was a hard breakup and it's still sad sometimes. She can still get help, but it's not going to be from you. I think it's time to move on. I'm sure she didn't start with heroin. Generally it begins with lighter drugs and you work up to the heavy things like that. If Shush is there and she thinks that's a normal thing to do, cut your losses now and walk, run. It'll hurt now, but the more time and effort you put in, the more it'll hurt later on. You leave. All you have in store with this woman is a lot of pain. As others have said in this thread, she probably had a history of drug abuse that she hid from you. Otherwise, she wouldn't go for needles. Who knows if she was sharing the needles with others? Get yourself tested just in case. Either way, get away from her and recuperate from this loss. I feel sorry for you. But, drug abuse is something you are not prepared to deal with, especially at your age. Bail right now. This is the start of something very ugly that you want no part of. She will lie, cheat and steal from you. She may even get you to go down that path. The best thing is tough love and leave. Teach her early that shit will cost her everything she cares about. I've seen it with NYY own eyes. Trust me, you want no part of this. You are 18 years old and not nearly as in love with her as you believe yourself to be. Dodged the bullet on this one. She's 18 and doing heroin. Move on, my man, you don't deserve the struggle that's about to happen. Your relationship is done. You can't trust a smackhead as far as you can throw them. Heroin is the big nope. Sorry, but stand your ground that it is over. Your ex-girlfriend. Don't date drug users, it's not wise. Never understood why anyone would try heroin. There is no good outcome. Is she someone who has a problem with addiction? I've never met someone who went from drinking to, I'm gonna try heroin. She's obviously doing some kind of opiates or drugs behind your back. I'd be supportive of her getting clean, but I'd keep my distance, honey. I know you might want to save her, but you just can't. You must be around her age. Don't start your adulthood being dragged down by someone else's demons. Those are hers to fight. Fuck dat bish. You keep your boundaries. You do not get involved in it. No good will come out of this. You do not fuck around with heroin. Just dump the loser. You don't want to waste energy or time with an irresponsible idiot. Break up with her. Doing heroin is a deal breaker. Not even understanding why it's a deal breaker is a deal breaker. She's made some poor decisions. Heroin is not a drug you want to dabble in for funsies. You also want to be careful of who you do drugs with, even if you seemingly know them. To be honest, I sense she is really missing the point based on her response to you. You are right to say this is not and will not be a healthy relationship for you. You should leave. Ever seen the movie, Requiem for a Dream?